SMD Law is the official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Check them out on the interwebs at smdalaw.com or at 866-529-3537. No matter where you are in the state of Michigan, Upper Peninsula, Lower Peninsula, it doesn't matter. They have an office near you. So whether you need to send a letter to an annoying neighbor, or you're a criminal and you need defense, maybe you just have problems with elder law, check them out, smdalaw.com today. The official law firm of the Spartan Nation. Call them first, then you act.
More things where we can get him to do both, but he's got a lot of talent, a lot of skills.
Is there a player you compare him to as far as size, skill set wise that you had?
He's like an Adrian Payne. He's just more the same age. He's way more skilled and he's bigger. I mean, he's gained like 18 pounds. He's 242 now. And, looks better and you know, he has a high basketball IQ, and I think Adrian could shoot it even a little better. Adrian was a very good athlete. Adrian had a good reach. Miles has an 7'4" reach. I think Josh or Jaron. It's been a long day, guys. Yeah, right. Good one, Mike. I think Jaron, he's kind of, when your dad's an NBA player and his dad has helped coach him some, he has a very good disposition about the game, you know, and enjoyable kid to be around. He's not a quiet kid like Adrian was quiet. He's kind of the life of the team, you know. Those guys got to calm him down a little bit, which is kind of a good problem to have because most big guys are shy and quiet, you know. Opposite of Didi. You know? That doesn't make it good, bad, or indifferent, but opposite of Didi.
What about Bridges? Is there someone that you coached or seen that you would compare him to?
I mean, he's got some qualities as the kid from Duke a couple years ago that went to
Parker?
No, Winslow. He's got some of that. I think he shoots it better. He's got, you know, I don't know who he's like. Who would you guys say he's like? You guys have seen him. He's kind of he's got some jumping ability of Jason Richardson. Stronger than Jason was. Doesn't quite jump quite as good as Jason.
He's got some Morris to him.
He's got some Morris because he can shoot the left-handed.
What's his position?
Well, you know, he played some 4 last year, played a little 3. He's going to play more 3 this year, but nowadays it's almost like we got a point guard, a center, and 3 guys that can go, you know. So I don't think in that respect we're going to run some things that make him just as much able to post as it is to shoot a 3. But I think as he continues to work on his ball handling, I think the only part he's improved his defense on the perimeter, ball skills, keep working on that. He's going to be able to play a lot of positions.
Tom, I know coaching turnover is what it is, and it happens in every conference every year. It's interesting to me this year to look at some of the coaches that aren't in this room this year. You spoke very eloquently about Thad last year when you played in Columbus. I just wonder what your reaction was to, or what your reaction is to not see.
I thought you were going to talk about turnovers with my team since we were one of the worst in college basketball last year. So
I can ask you that too.
Yeah, we sucked on that, but you know, I think it's a shame. I think Archie will do a great job. And Crane was my assistant, but I do think you win the Big Ten. I think 2 of his last 3 years, didn't you?
2 of his last
4 years. You know, you beat Kentucky, and you know I beat them twice, in fact, in about a 5-year period. Once in the NCAA tournament, once at home. His last year, he had some serious injuries, you know?
Right.
But it seems like we change presidents or change ADs or changing coaches, and that's why you wonder why coaches have buyouts. I think there's a tendency right now that we're changing ADs so fast too. They're going down with coaches sometimes, and we're hiring more businessmen ADs, not coaching ADs like the old football coach. And people don't understand how hard it is to do some things or what happens when you have an injury. And so I think, you know, some guys, You know, I thought that when Bruce Weber got let go at Illinois, you know, I thought that was a bad situation, you know. And yet, I'm prejudiced to people that are friends of mine, so take it with that in mind.
Sure.
But I think for our profession, when you're just hired to be fired, it's tough. But it's a profession I chose, so I'll live with it.
Like I said,
about just how this team, these guys are handling the expectations. I mean, we talked about the expectations, but how are they handling?
You know, they seem to be handling it well, but the heat hasn't started yet, you know. Tomorrow night's Midnight Madness. Now the people start all adoring them, and then everybody tells them how good they are, and then I got to pull a Nick Saban, you know, tell them how bad they are, you know. But I just think Tom is such a good leader. He's not going to let that locker room get anything distorted, you know, and that's the thing that happens if you can't handle expectations. It's not like a lot of these guys have had to before. Last year they didn't really have to. But when you look at Josh and Jaron and Miles, and you know, those guys were McDonald's guys. Those guys were guys that played at a high level before and had some pressure. But it'll be heavy. The pressure will be heavier this year. The excitement around East Lansing is off the charts. That's cool, you know. That's a privilege, as Tom says. That's not anything to fret over. That's a thing to be proud of and a privilege.
You know, a couple of years ago when Denzel started talking national championship, do you think those guys, there was any learning there on, I mean, because they talk about it openly now. Is there any apprehension of
openly what happened then?
Openly talking national championship all the time?
Yeah, you know, I don't think that's always good. I don't. You know, what Tom has preached every day is one day at a time. Let's take it one day at a time. I mean, is that our goal? Yeah, but that's our goal when we're shitty. You know, I mean, honestly, I mean, our program's to the point where, hey, we've gotten to a Final Four not being very good in 010 or 9 or 10, you know. We weren't great in 05, you know, we got the Final Fours. So expectations are always in that. Expectations are always the last week have a chance to win the Big Ten. You know, that doesn't mean you're gonna, but are you knocking on the door? Those are the expectations. This year they're ramped up because the outside world knows it. Before the inside world is the only one that knows it. But I don't like them talking about it openly, and as far as you know, it was a goal for Denzel because they went to the Final Four the year before. Did that cause us to lose to Middle Tennessee? I'm telling you, that week of practice was phenomenal. The meetings were phenomenal. The team just shot the living shit out of it. I think that team could have got back, and I think it helped drove that team all year long. That was the goal. It drove them to that. I don't think they felt the pressure of that. I think it was what motivated them. So that's the fine line I got to figure out how to walk. Because it really is, even though I got some veterans, it's a pretty young team. It's just not young if you look at Kentucky and Duke usually. But if you look at just about everybody else, I could start 4 sophomores and a freshman, you know. It's a young team. Huh?
Sophomores are the new seniors.
Sophomores that.
The new seniors now.
You know, I don't think so, though. You know, still, how many kids are really leaving? You
We're
know,
just talking like those top end kids.
yeah.
Well, for the most part.
Do you have a handle on who would start if you had if you were in the Champions Classic Friday?
You know, right now, there's a big part of me that would maybe start Cassius at the point, Josh, Miles, either Jaron or Gavin, but probably Jaron because Gavin's been hurt, and then Nick, right? And that would be the 4 sophomores and a freshman,
Right.
But I got to see how, you know, in the exhibition game, how does Jaron handle the things? Who plays well together? You know, I don't think it's going to be a major problem that everybody's looking at who's starting.
Right.
I don't. That's always good until that happens, and then it might change. But at least I've prepared them, talked to them about it. We've moved guys around a lot in the first 3 weeks of practice. But if I was going tomorrow, I think that's what I would do.
I apologize if I asked this already, but Fran earlier this week, McCaffrey, brought up the fact that he has turned in coaches to the NCAA, has done it, would continue to do it.
I haven't.
Is spoken about it.
I've never done it, and I'll tell you the only reason I haven't done it. And I knew a lot through some things, but I never knew everything. And if that's a cop-out, it's a cop-out. I guess I'm not proud that I haven't, and I'm not sure I'd be proud if I had. And my job is to take care of my program, my university. But I think as a member of the NABC and as a coach that's been in this long, I do have part of my job is to take care of our profession. But it's hard to, you know what I know. I know, Mike, you know what you know. You probably know what you know because you've been out there now. And if you've been out in the national scene some, you have an idea of what's going on. But proving that and saying it, and like I used to be that guy that you lose a recruit, you 90% knew why. And then I started saying to myself, that's my fault. I got a better handle on who I recruit. And if I know that they're involved with 3 or 4 schools that I think could be going that way, just get out of it. And that's what I've done the last 3-4 years for the most part. Certain guys have hung in there longer for different reasons, but I can't say that I've ever picked up the phone and called the NCAA and said, this and that. I really haven't.
It's often, and now it wouldn't really be the case for you because you've been doing this.
How good do you expect Nebraska to be this year again?
Well, they'd be a
these guys
lot
are
better
ass
if they had
kickers, I hear.
a lot better if they had a coach that didn't tweet during the game.
I gave it up last year, so now you're in trouble.
Not as much for you because you've been a head coach for so long, but there's this. How real is the stigma around guys who do that?
How real is the stigma on guys that turn them in or guys that cheat?
No, of guys that will turn in other coaches. Is that a real thing in the business?
I don't know if there's many that would. I could see Franny being one of them. I admire him for it. If something's that blatantly wrong that you feel comfortable turning in, there's got to be some validity to it. But I don't know. This I know for sure. I would never, ever, 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 ever turn a guy in that I didn't call first or post up. Ever. I think that's the only decent way. If you have a problem, now I have called a few coaches and told them when I thought of some things that were going on. I have done that, but never taken it a step farther.
Building a program that all these years has been clean, reputable. It's something that you've always taken pride in. How have you managed to do that? How was it difficult to do it in a college basketball landscape?
I think a lot of programs do it. I think we've painted a big brush here. We had some problems, and as you get up in the upper echelon, the more you're dealing with the top kids, the more problems you have. But I think I can't take credit for that. I hate to give my Michigan counterpart credit, but they do a hell of a job there. I think a lot of teams in our league are unbelievable. I bet you if you looked at our league over the years, it's probably been as clean as any league in the country by far. So it's hard to give credit for something that you're supposed to do. And I'm just happy that we've tried to do it the best we can. I'm sure we've made our mistakes like everybody else, but nothing that has embarrassed me or that I'm worried about.
I wonder, kind of take that full circle.
Hey guys, we're going to have to make this